Hmm. Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I think I saw Nancy come on. Nancy from my church. Hey, Rita. Hey, Rita. Two readers on here. Hey, Kizzy. Haven't seen you in a long time. How are you? Nancy, so there you are trying to get educated. Oh my goodness. And you sent me a message on Facebook a while back. I thought we were going to talk. Um, Hi, Victoria from London. Cool, cool, cool. Thank you. Thank you for checking in. Oh, absolutely, Kizzy. I miss you. Hi, Andrea. We are? Yes, yes, we are going to talk. Cool. Hey, Yolanda. Now, TM Bobo. I don't know your name, hon. Please give me your name. Hey, Debbie from Oklahoma. Oh, thank you, Kizzy. New but love your shows. Cool. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Also, let me know your first name. Hello, one of, I don't know how many Michelles that will join tonight. So thank you, Michelle, for coming, for tuning in. And hi, Janet, another person from Oklahoma. And we have another person from London. Cool. Is that a twist out? Girl, let me tell you. Hey, Melissa. And hey, Kalisha from North Carolina. Hi, Tiara from Baltimore. Wow, wow, wow. And Natalie from Montreal. Natalie's becoming a regular. Good to see you, girl. Hi, Carol from Indianapolis and Alicia from Mississippi. We got some newbies on here tonight. Cool, cool. Good to see you all. First things, Michelle from Toronto, Canada. Cool. Another Toronto person and another Michelle. Hi, Patricia from Memphis. Hello from Atlanta. Let me see. Kendra from Massachusetts. Um, Hey, Double Heart is back. And because, in honor of Double Heart, my fingers are going to stay away from the block party. So what will be. I just won't, interact with them. But we need to make sure Double Heart and the people who we want to be on the scope can actually participate. Hey, Shay Curl. How are you, girl? Okay, so Sharon. I always like to call you Shay Curl because I like your name. It's cool. And hey, Crystal from Brooklyn, also Jackson, Florida. So, really quickly, I want to say a couple of things. For starters, I normally, if possible, would like to upload the replay of this scope to my YouTube channel. I've tried on the past couple of weeks, and I've noticed some of you may have noticed some of the replays have not been uploaded to YouTube. And that's because, unfortunately, they're not saving to my phone, which is the device that I'm using to scope from. They used to save easily, but for some reason lately they have not been saving. I don't know if it's because I've gone over the hour mark, but I had also shared with you guys that, the scope is really about us interacting, and then the replay for YouTube is for those who were not able to attend. So I really want to focus on making sure we have a discussion and it doesn't get interrupted like when I come off and go back on, because then we run into some technical difficulties. So if this video does get, I know, I'm just trying to ignore them, Rita. If this video does get uploaded, if it's able to make it up to YouTube as a replay, just know that I don't edit the videos because it's easier to upload. There's no editing involved. When I edit the video, it goes from a small size file to like quadruple, 10,000 times, and it takes nearly 2 days just to upload. Oh, thank you for blocking the trolls on my behalf, because when I've done that in the past, I've accidentally, like blocked someone that I didn't intend to block. Um, yeah, I'm gonna try. Just maybe I have to go back and watch the replay and see if I can, block them that way afterwards. Thank you for letting me know. So yeah, for those of you who are on YouTube, if this video does get uploaded, the reason why I don't edit is because it changes the size of the file tremendously and it takes forever just to upload. Whereas if this one is able to save to my phone, I can upload it within a couple of hours and it'll be available. Thank you, Rita. Oh my goodness. Sorry to put you guys to so much work tonight. Yes, they're always out and about. So let's see. So that was one thing. So let me introduce myself. Thank you so much for everyone who is new here. I appreciate you tuning in. My name is Abena Palmore. I am a licensed cosmetologist specializing in natural hair. I work with those who have natural hair and those who are transitioning from relaxed to natural. I'm in a salon called the Gifted Hair Clinic. It's located in the Bronx, New York, in the Bronx near to Westchester. Thank you, Rita. Near to Westchester. It's the northern part of the Bronx, and it's near Co-op City area. I'm in the salon 5 days a week. Those days are Tuesdays through Saturday, but by appointment only. But I am a full-time in the salon, by appointment only though. And to make an appointment with me, you go online to styleseat.com/Abena Palmore. Abena Palmore is spelled ABENA PALMORE. And if you're not able to book your appointment to come into the salon in person and meet with me, you can always find me on various social media platforms, including my YouTube channel, which is Embrace Natural Beauty. And there I share simple tips and techniques that have been helpful to me in my own natural hair journey, which has been 4.5 years. No, hun, it's styleseat.com/Abena Palmore. And Abena is spelled ABENA PALMORE. Thank you. So now back to my YouTube channel. It's called Embrace Natural Beauty, and there I share simple tips and techniques that have been helpful to me in my own natural hair journey, which has been 4.5 years, that have helped me to maintain my hair, to keep it in good condition, and to retain length, which was always my goal. And I want all of those who are watching and following me to better maintain their hair, better maintain your hair, keep it in good condition, and retain length if that's your goal, so that you too may enjoy your hair and embrace natural beauty of your own. So you can also find me on Facebook at Embrace Natural Beauty, on Instagram at Embrace_Natural_Beauty, and on Twitter and Periscope at Embrace capital letter N for Natural Beauty. So that's Embrace and Beauty on both Twitter and Periscope. So I thank you all for tuning in this evening. And again, like I said, if you're watching this on YouTube, I do shout outs because it's like inviting someone into your home and not saying hello and just thinking about the people who are going to come afterwards. I like to invite everyone into the scope. I like to greet everyone because you're here, and I appreciate you tuning in and having this chat with me. So, now tonight, as you can see from the title, my hair looks brownish, Henna. No, you know what? I am scoping. Hi, Kim from Michigan. I'm scoping from my living room because I wanted to be able to access my computer if necessary. And so the lighting in here is a little bit different. I usually always scope in the bathroom because the walls are white and I get a nice light in that room. So, but here, you know, it's going to be a little bit different. I got this light shining here. I got another light over there. But no, my hair is kind of brownish. It is my natural color. But it looks different mostly because of the lighting in the room that I'm in. So that explains it. And now Rita had asked me if this is a twist out. Okay, so this is what happened. Earlier this week, I was involved in a Trichology treatment program. And, you know, I was checking out this place and their services here in the city. And they, as a part of the service, I got a treatment and they had to wash and condition my hair. But they don't style your hair. They give you products to help you to do your own styling. So I brought, you know, my styling. It is really soft, Rita. It is really soft. I brought my styling products. I brought my moisturizer and my finisher, my styler. So I brought my Wonder Curl Butter and Love Pudding and my Wonder Curl Get Set Hair Jelly. But, yeah, it is soft. But I needed to detangle my hair. And I was like, oh, shoot, I didn't bring, you know, my deep conditioner. I didn't bring my conditioner, anything that I would use when I detangle my hair. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, they finished washing and conditioning my hair, but it's all, you know, together. They didn't separate it, you know, like I would do. And so then I had to ask them, I said, well, I need something with slip. Can I get your conditioner? And they gave me this conditioner. It was so thick. And I was like, okay, I put it on. It was very thick. It did the job. Can we talk about detangling next week? Okay, remind me. We could probably talk about it tonight. So it did the job. It was very good at giving me slip so I could separate my hair. But it was so thick and it just felt gooey. So I looked at the ingredients and I saw like one of the ingredients in there was a wax. And I was like, ugh. No problem, Lisa. I put on the topic list, I put ingredients, surfactants, and deep conditioning. So we're going to cover, you know, any one of those or all of those. And yes, it had wax, girl. And I was like, ew. But, you know, it was heavy. It was heavy enough and gave me enough slip that I was able to detangle my hair. So I was able to get through. I needed to leave the facility so I could go home. It was freezing cold outside and I couldn't dry my hair. Yes, it was one of the ingredients, double heart. It was disgusting. But I needed to detangle my hair so that I could dry it and not dry it in a tangled state and just have a whole massive mess when I got home. I didn't want to do that. So I wanted to make sure everything was separated. I put it on. I got my hair into all the different sections, and then I went through each section to do my wash and go. And it was pretty good. No, it didn't say paraffin. It literally said the word wax. I don't remember. I didn't write it down. I forgot to write down. I wish I had written down all the ingredients, but it wasn't that kind of day. I just wanted to get home. But then when I got to, yes, it was yucky. Then when I got to this section back here, it was like I didn't put any product on. It was just dry, fuzzy. It looked like, I don't know. It looked like wool. You know my section back here, the low porosity section? Yeah, it probably was. It probably was, Rita. So it was disgusting. So this part, I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot leave this place looking like this, but I'm gonna have to because I tried too hard to get that part to blend. And so then I had to put my hair up in a puff and you know, go home. But for the most part, I wash and go. I did my wash and go with, you know, my Wonder Curl products on top of that wax. So then when I got home, I mean, I didn't go home. I had to go, you know, to a client. I had to work. So then the next day, what I did was I prepared my hair. I rinsed out. I tried to rinse out some of the stuff. That was your low porosity section. What about your low porosity sides? Look at them, girl. They don't look that great, do they? So I literally had to refresh, and I didn't have time to do all of my hair because it's cold in New York, and if your hair is not dry, you get sick, and I just didn't have time for that. And I don't go to sleep with my hair wet, and I wasn't trying to do my hair at night. I just did a few pieces. So yes, I did, Rita, I actually did a braid out. I did a braid out in this section over here. So that's why this is not my normal pattern. You can see, this is not my normal. This over here, this is my normal pattern. This one right here. Yeah, you can see, hold on, if I can get my finger to it. This is my normal pattern, my wash and go. So when you see that, that's my normal wash and go. Over here, this is a part of a braid out because I had to blend my hair. Thank you. Thank you. So my hair lets me know when it does not like what I put on it, for real, especially, thank you, especially the low porosity portion. Still looks good. Thank you. This was a mess all week long. I managed to get through it. Tomorrow's my wash day again. Yeah, nice and fluffy. And I actually, one of my clients yesterday, I explained it to her because she has low porosity hair, and I let her touch it, and she was like, oh, you know, and she was able to touch it and everything like that, and I was explaining everything that happened. And it's just fun, you know, being able to share these stories with you all because we have similarities. But this low porosity section, it really does, thank you, Rita, it really does react if I put anything on it that doesn't work well for it. My hair screams at me if it doesn't like the product. Gosh, it just looked like nothing ever touched it. It looked like water never touched it. It looked like my moisturizer never touched it. It looked like my gel never touched it. I looked back there and I was like, ooh. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Are you still using Wonder Curl? Yeah, when I do my wash and go, so this is what I do. For you guys who follow me, I use certain products for different techniques that I like to do on my clients and on myself. My wash and go-to is Wonder Curl, Butter and Love Pudding for my moisturizer, and the Get Set Hair Jelly for my gel. My hair seems to not like any products. Oh no! I have problems with my crown too. I'm low porosity, and the crown's always, I couldn't see the rest of it. The crown is what gives me, and then these portions too. You see how it doesn't really define? See how it's just like no definition? Bana, can YouTuber you wash day tomorrow? Alicia? Hey Alicia, yes, Mondays is my wash day. Because my off days from the salon are Sunday and Monday, and I don't do my hair on Sunday. I usually do church. I do brunch. I do, you know, get together with family, which I had a great time with my sister and my nieces and my nephew tonight, and I had to part early and come back and get on the scope with you guys. My hair loves Wonder Curl. I wish I could get it locally. Girl, It's coming. It's coming. You know, we're gonna be at the the World Natural Hair Show. She wants to do a tutorial on YouTube. Who wants me to do a tutorial on YouTube? Of what? Our hair steamers. Do a tutorial of what? Tell me. Of my wash day? I've done that. Alicia does on wash and go. Yes, I've done my wash and go. And my wash day. And the silk press is on my YouTube as well. She's asking if you would do a video on your wash day. Oh, meaning if I would do a scope tomorrow when I wash my hair, if I'm understanding you correctly? We need you in Jacksonville. Thank you. Another? Follow her on YouTube. You guys are funny. Was that what she was asking me? Clarify. You'll be at New York City World Natural Hair Show. Maybe. I may, since I live in New York City, but, okay, so many things going. But no, specifically the World Natural Hair Show is going to be in Atlanta. It's going to be, April 23rd and April 24th, Saturday and Sunday in Atlanta. And I will be there. I'll be there actually with Wonder Curl. I'll be at the Wonder Curl booth. Aww. Cool. So Alicia will be there. Yes, it's in Atlanta. Cool, cool, cool. Yes, it's great. So a lot of naturals will be there in one place. So it's a great place to be if you're natural, to share in all the activities. So cool, cool. So yeah, as you saw from the title, I put in there. Now I guess you guys want to talk about detangling. I'd be happy to. And I know I owe you guys so much. My schedule is just so hectic. I really apologize. What did they do at the trichologist appointment? I wanted, we were doing some stuff with, as far as, you know, examining my scalp and certain things that I was looking for. That place didn't have it. They didn't have the equipment that I was hoping to see. This is my second year going. Can't wait to see you. Cool. I look forward to it too. So the actual examination part was not quite what I was, you know, expecting, but the treatment was absolutely wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful. And so there are just different things that you know, I value as, you know, as one who provides trichology services. And so I was looking to see if this facility, you know, was on par, you know, with what I do and what I want to do for my clients. And so I went through, you know, their process, and I like the treatment part of it. So I can't complain about that, but there's always going to be some aspect of, you know, different types of services, you know, especially if it's new, that you may or may not like. So it wasn't quite for me. Yeah, I did a scalp treatment. I did a scalp treatment. I'm upstate, naturally curly. I couldn't see the rest of that. Going to experiment. I'm sorry, hun. So many. Can you list what you look for if I go to one? I'm still like putting together, you know, everything that I would want. But I think definitely for sure, we as naturals, we get so much information. I like to corroborate information with things that are definitive. So I prefer to see things on screen. And as you know, they're in the profession, they do have devices that you can use to look at the hair and the scalp from a microanalytical, you know, perspective. So you're not looking at it just with your naked eye. And even if you're able to read the scalp and read the hair, you know, from that standpoint, based on your training, based on your experience, being able to show your client, you know, what their hair and scalp is doing on a screen, on a monitor, print it out and give them a report is something that I value. And so that's something that I was hoping that they would have. Where can I get trichology training? I'd like to incorporate. Okay, so that's something we can talk about offline, because that is something that I am specifically involved in. And that's something that I'm also still researching because I'm still furthering my trichology training. And when I have that solidified, I'd be happy to share it with you. If you don't mind, I'd rather, have that part solidified before I say, hey, why don't you try this? Why don't you try this? So that is a part of something that I personally am doing. So I appreciate being able to share that with you. I'll be happy to share it with you, rather. How can you increase elasticity when detangling? I always get breakage no matter how much I do. Your maybe your conditioner doesn't have enough slip, because if you have moisture, if your hair is wet and you are using a conditioner that gives you a lot of slip, then you should be able to get enough elasticity. So and I'm not sure if you mean your hair being elastic or not, but elasticity as far as the product, it really depends on the product. There are some that are give you more slip than others, and so I prefer to use my go-to conditioner or a good deep conditioner that has a lot of slip. But I don't like to waste product. If I can do it with one product over another, I'll use my Damage Remedy conditioner. It works really well for slip. I have completed the advanced stylist Diva Curl training, and so, thank you, Donna. Thank you, Donna. And so, another component of it is, you've taken the training, and then you come back after maybe 6 months of actually, working with clients, and then you take a test to be certified. So that will be the next level. Yeah, I went back using silicones. I couldn't see that, Rita. I'm in Long Island and the water is hard. I'm trying to make sure I'm drinking enough water. Yeah, the water here coming down next month for Diva Advanced. Who is that? Who's coming for Diva Advanced training? The water where I'm at is soft water. So if you are in a place that has hard water, you may want to use like a filter. I just tried Miss Jessie's Slip shampoo. It helps with detangling. All right, cool. I've never used Miss Jessie's products. I do have some test samples that I haven't tried yet. I'm going to try them eventually. What can I treat my scalp part for good hair? What was that? I'm using silicones again for detangling, Rita. Oh, wow, wow. So then, when you use silicones, you got to use her friends, his or her friends. They're called Me Coming Down for Diva Advanced. Okay, cool. What is your name? Lavita Loves Coils. Yeah, so if you're using Lavita Barclay, okay, cool, cool. So you're coming to New York. You should meet up with me. But yeah, I'm totally fine with silicones. I'm totally fine with sulfates. As you guys know, I'm not afraid of sulfates. That's cool. That sounds good. Sulfates. And I know, Rita, I know I spelled it wrong. For shame, I know sulfate shampoo. No problem. That's right. Listen, I'm not afraid of sulfates. I'm not afraid of them. I'm not afraid of shampoo. I like clean hair. I like clean scalp, so I'm fine with that. And I'm fine with silicones as well. Right. Yeah, so cool. It's like whatever your hair is responding to well to get that moisture in and to retain your style, I'm fine with it. Someone said they use silicones for detangling their clay. Yeah, I think actually, you know what? I believe my conditioner actually has silicones in it. Do you still do the maximum hydration method? I have actually never done the maximum hydration method. I've never done the maximum hydration method. I wouldn't use baking soda in my hair. So clay can get off silicones. I'm not sure because I don't use. Let me see. How would I say this? If I use silicones, usually the silicones is in my conditioner, so it would be the shampoo getting the silicones off. Hey, Jeff just joined. Welcome. What's the point of the clay? Well, some people like to use clay instead of using shampoo. And I've used clay as well. But I like to go back and forth. Abena, if I don't use silicones, can I avoid sulfates? Yeah, I think that the sulfates are necessary if you're using silicones. They're the best for removing them. Some people, depending on, it also depends on which silicones you're using, because there are some silicones that are soluble, where some are insoluble. So it's just a matter of which sulfates or which silicones you're using, and they don't have to be harsh sulfates. That's why people are so afraid of sulfates, but they don't have to be harsh sulfates. There are some that are more gentle. No, honey, I haven't tried the original Moxie. Some use clay to remove buildup like a sulfate shampoo. Well, some use clay, some use apple cider vinegar rinse, and some use other types of cleansers. But it's really a matter of how effective the product itself is formulated to remove the buildup. And if you're not familiar with how your hair feels when there's no product on it, it may be hard to tell. So it's really important to understand your hair, touch it often and see what it feels like with there's no product, so you can tell the difference when you do have product on it. Because I know I've had clients who've come to me with these lovely treatments that they've done at home, and they have avocado still in their hair, or banana still in their hair, or mango, or some stuff still in their hair. And it usually takes me like 3 or 4 washes to get all of that good stuff out. Uncle Funky's daughter, Squeaky, is really good. What is that, a clarifier? Ah. So you're asking about apple cider vinegar rinse and how long you should leave it on. What's the scope about? You didn't see the title? Well, actually, we're just talking at this point. I wanted to talk about ingredients. I wanted to talk about, sulfates, and also deep conditioning, because I think all those things are kind of, was boiling up this week. But as far as apple cider vinegar rinse, I've only done it once to remove buildup that I had in my hair, because I knew I had tried some product. It didn't work well for me. And then I had to reapply and all that kind of stuff. So I only did it once. It felt good the one time that I did it, but I also use shampoo because I'm a shampoo girl. I feel very comfortable with shampoo in my hair and on my scalp. So for those people who are adamant about using apple cider vinegar rinse because they don't want to use sulfates, then they're using it in place of they're using it in place of a shampoo. That's just not something that I do. But you would do well just to, like I said, recognize your hair when it's got product on it, and when you can feel product on your hair, and then when you can tell the difference when the product is completely removed. What did you say, Rita, about using products that are not all natural? I've never used Aussie Moist Conditioner, and I'm not a product junkie. I heard it's not good to shampoo regularly. Is that true? Ah, a question I was expecting. um, right. I hear you, Rita. So that was a question I was expecting. So yeah, there is, a concern that people have that shampoo is too harsh on fine hair. And while there may be some articles online that have been written about, how harsh sulfate can be on fine hair in particular, there's also the notion that you can have a product that's formulated with, a mild. Okay. Get back to me. There are some products that are formulated with a mild, surfactant, and not a sulfate. You can have surfactants, and this is something I meant to say in my video. Surfactants are important to me, especially. But you can have mild surfactants. They don't have to be sulfates. But then there are other ingredients that are formulated in the product in order to get everything to work. So you still need to be careful, if you're experiencing, too much aggravation, with your hair and with your scalp, then that may not be a good product for you, even if the ingredients are good, even if the ingredients are favorable. So it really, if you are vigilant about the type of ingredients that you want in your hair, there's still going to be some factors that, you know, may or may not play well together once it gets onto your hair. So you still want to be careful. So I understand, you know, some people are really concerned. And after doing my video, a lot of people came at me with, you know, different points of views, and even, yeah, I think I had a cosmetic scientist come on, and I was like, cool, come on, bring on the information, because I only like to read information that coming from a source that I can corroborate the information. And I'm still checking through, because if I got information from one source, I like to see it from a couple of other sources saying the same things, and it's objective. So I still have not been able to cross check from sources that I, you know, find credible. But one of the things that was shared with me is that, you know, not only the sulfates being drying, which has been the big issue for so many in the natural hair community, that it's drying, it's the matter that it may be too rough on the hair, which is what Rita pointed out. And so if you have fine hair, you know, your hair is more fragile than, you know, medium size or even coarse hair. Your hair is not able to take as much friction. Your hair is not able to take as much tension and so forth. So you do need to be more careful with it, Rita. And I definitely, you know, recommend that you go the more gentle route. So that's completely understandable. Oh, we were talking about the ingredients. So if you're using sulfates, and I had mentioned in my video on shampoos and conditioners that there are 4 really harsh drying sulfates to avoid. But then for Rita specifically, she avoids all sulfates because sulfates are more harsh than surfactant agents in general. They're the harshest of the surface acting agents, surfactants. So Rita, because she has fine hair, likes to avoid sulfates altogether. And I personally, I feel like you can have a shampoo that has a mild sulfate or has a mild surface acting agent, and you still need to be careful with the actual product, because there are other ingredients that they have to put in there in order to balance it, in order for everything to work effectively. And sometimes even that combination, depending on your hair, depending on your body, your system, it may or may not work well. So you still need to be careful. It's good to be aware of which ingredients are good for you, but then also be aware of those that, you know, that they're going to combine together to formulate the product. Yeah. When you have fine hair, it's a little bit more challenging. Just like when you have low porosity hair, it's a little bit more challenging. So if you have low porosity hair and your hair is fine, it's a double whammy, and I know it's a struggle. I know it's a struggle. So can you give a list of shampoos with good sulfates? So what I will do, yeah, Kizzy, I know. And I'm still, you know, what I like to do, she's asking me to give a list of products with good sulfates. I shared with you all in the video, I shared with you all in the video on shampoos and conditioners, the ones that I've selected, and I'm just going to give you this background information. When I started using Aveda products, this was prior to any concern about sulfates. Like I said, I have always been a shampoo girl. Shampoo has never been an issue for my hair. When I was relaxed for 15 years consecutively, my hair was relaxed with no problems. The only time I experienced my hair not being, you know, as silky smooth with my relaxer, or as fluffy, or whatever it wasn't as beautiful when I didn't do deep conditioning. So that's why I included deep conditioning in the title. If you're experiencing dryness, you definitely want to include deep conditioning in your process and your regimen. So even with whatever shampoo I was getting, you know, on my hair, because I always went to the Dominican salon every Saturday religiously, and I got my hair, you know, roller set, wash and set. So when I did not deep condition, that's when I experienced, you know, hair that wasn't that great. It wasn't dried out, but it wasn't as nice as when I got it deep conditioned. So my issue was never with shampoo. I actually never had any issues with relaxers either. It didn't bother my scalp. It didn't bother my hair. So coming into the natural, wearing my hair natural, I didn't want to avoid shampoo because it was never a problem for me. It's still my same hair. It's just now my hair is even stronger because the integrity of my hair has not been compromised with a chemical. So I always felt fine with shampoo. With that said, when I started using Aveda, I was in beauty school at Aveda Institute, and I wanted to go there because I like their products. And so I was using their products from the very onset of being natural, and I never looked to see, oh, does this have sulfates in it, and are the sulfates harsh? So when I did my video on shampoos and conditioners, I shared with you guys I did see one of the harsh sulfates mentioned or listed as an ingredient in one of my shampoos from Aveda. And so then I also shared that they have a disclaimer on their website that explains how the sulfate was derived from a coconut and how they process it to make it so that it's not as harsh as some of these other sulfates with the same name. So it all goes back to, you know, the product that you're using. Is it a well-formulated product? Is it a high-quality product? Is it going to deliver on what it says it's going to deliver? So long story short, as it turns out, my go-to favorite shampoo from Aveda, which is the Damage Remedy, the surface acting agent that's in there is actually not a sulfate. And so my Damage Remedy shampoo is sulfate free. But it doesn't claim to be sulfate free. It doesn't say on the bottle sulfate free. It's just a shampoo. It's just a good shampoo, but it just so happens to be without sulfates, but happens to have a surface acting agent. And so I actually wrote that on my on the comment section. Thank you. I wrote that on the comment section, you know, on the video that I did on avoiding hair loss, you know, by co-washing. So if you're just co-washing and you're not cleansing your hair and you get buildup, then eventually at some point your follicles are going to get clogged. So I talked about that, and that's where I put the comment that yes, it just so happens that my go-to shampoo is a sulfate free. So fine hair, I use Kinky Curly's Come Clean Moisturizing. All right, Rita, we missed you, hon. For hard water by Malibu Sea, I believe it is an add to your hair non-lathering cleanser. Can you come again with that? And so I am over here at my computer like Diva No Poo. Okay, so Rita said fine hair. For fine hair, I use Kinky Curly Come Clean Moisturizing Shampoo, which is sulfate free. Okay. So Rita, did you hear me? My shampoo is sulfate free too, even though it doesn't claim to be, it's sulfate free. I'm looking at my computer. How often should I DC for fine hair? I would still do the deep condition every time you wash. Every time you wash your hair, I think you should do, you know, deep conditioning, because you're giving yourself an opportunity to get more moisture retention. That's what you're doing. And like I said, even when my hair was relaxed, the difference between deep conditioning and not deep conditioning was completely evident. So if you are not having any issues with moisture retention, then maybe you don't need to deep condition. But if you are experiencing dryness, I definitely recommend doing some deep conditioning. And deep conditioning doesn't have to be an all-day thing. You know, 15, 20 minutes is fine. You can do, you know, put the processing cap. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Put the processing cap on. If you're able to, sit under a hooded dryer with your processing cap, or heat cap, steam cap, so that the steam is trapped in there. That's good. If you don't have a hooded dryer, you can always put the plastic cap on, get a towel, wet it, put it in your microwave for a minute, and then put that on top of the processing cap so you get more heat. Or if you have a steamer, you know, either way, the steamer is going to get a lot of moisture and heat into your hair at the same time. So that's a great way to deep condition. So, but any one of those methods would be good. So now we have our client's leave-in conditioner. I couldn't see that. I'm sorry. You can put that up again. I was wondering, since you don't do protective styling, how do you keep your ends from breaking off? um, the way that I manage my hair from beginning to end is how I keep my ends from breaking off. I'm also a believer in regular trimming. Yeah, no, I don't do tuck and roll. I don't. I'm also an advocate of regular trimming. Now, people have different philosophies when it comes to trimming. Some people feel like you don't need to trim unless, you see your ends are getting raggedy. Some people feel like, every 6 months, once a year, or just whenever they feel like it. The way that I view trimming the ends of your hair is that your hair is a fiber it's meant to be worn, but it also has kind of like a shelf life. It's going to get raggedy, especially when your hair is really long. These ends have been through torture today alone. I was with my sister and we were trying on clothes. We went shopping, and whenever I put anything over my head, it touches my hair and my ends get caught. My ends even got caught in my bra strap. I mean, it's just the ends of my hair get caught in everything. So as your hair gets older, it's constantly, I can walk past something, my hair gets caught. I put my arm up, my hair gets caught in my watch, so it's constantly getting caught in something. But if you're taking care of your hair from the time it comes, pops out of your head all the way down, which is what I talk about constantly, maintaining your hair in good condition. By the time it gets to the ends, it's not going to be, video lights too, or my lights good, Jeff? By the time it gets to the ends, it should still be fairly decent. But I don't keep my ends forever. I cut them every 3 to 4 months. So I have fresh ends for at least, 3 months before they get raggedy. I don't wait for them to get raggedy. I know they're going to get raggedy because it's a material. It's getting worn. I wear this hair every day. So that's how I keep my ends from being too raggedy. I trim them. But I only trim, yeah, I am an advocate of trimming. Some people will say, you're trimming your length off. If you go to someone who's trimming off more than your hair growth, then you're not going to see growth. So if your hair is growing a 1/4 inch per month and you get your ends trimmed every 3 or 4 months, then if you only trim a 1/4 inch, you still have 3 months of growth. So if you go every 4 months, you still have 3 months of growth, and then that 1/4 inch that's taken off will be, you get a fresh start. So that's the idea. But some people like to go really long periods of time before they get a trim, and then they wind up getting a cut, and then they don't want to go back to the salon because they say, every time I go to the salon, they want to cut off all my hair. And it's because you have so much hair that got raggedy because it's been so much time in between. If you are going consistently, and the person who's trimming your ends is just trimming, a small portion as needed, then it won't be so dramatic and you'll actually start to see the growth. Me personally, I never looked for the length for the first 3 years being natural. I did not look for length. In fact, if you look at my pictures on YouTube and on my Instagram, you'll see my hair looks so much shorter. And I did a grid that showed, my progression from big chop all the way to year 4. And someone commented, they said, oh, wow, from year 3 to year 4 looks so dramatic. And I mentioned to them, I said, because between year 3 and year 4, I started stretching my hair. It's the same hair, I just started stretching it so it looked longer. Whereas before, I just focused on making sure I was getting moisture retention, making sure I was getting moisture retention. Moisture retention was the biggest thing for me. And by the time, it got really long, I didn't really notice it, but I was getting my hair trimmed every 3 to 4 months consistently. I didn't notice the length until I decided to straighten my hair, and I looked at it and I was like, oh, wow, look how long my hair is. So give me that again about you noticed that regular trimming and what it did, if you would, please. Abena, I send a message to you on your page. We have to meet up when I come down. Okay, yes, send me a message on my Facebook. Either inbox me on Facebook or you can even comment on a YouTube video that's recent. I have a lot of videos. When people comment on videos that are older, I'm most likely not going to get to respond to you because I try to keep in the current zone. And so if you can respond to a current video, just know you have a better chance of getting a response because it's I'm all over the place. I try to just stick to Facebook and my current videos. What are your thoughts about henna for low porosity hair and low density hair? Sure, we can talk about that. Well, henna is like a protein treatment. So if you, okay, if you are protein sensitive and you put henna on your low porosity hair, you may actually experience a lot of dryness. And even if you're not protein sensitive, you may experience a lot of dryness because what happens with henna, it's a conditioner. It lays on top of your cuticle. It stains your hair. So it can hinder moisture from getting in. So when you're low porosity and you put henna on, it's even more blocked as far as moisture. You have so few spaces when your hair is low porosity. You have so few spaces for moisture to get in. You put that henna on, it becomes even less spaces. So you will experience a lot of dryness. And that has been my experience with some people who shared their stories about, oh, my hair is so dry after using henna. Or they'll tell me something else, their hair is really dry, and then I'll ask them a whole bunch of questions and find out that they started using henna. So for average, it may be okay, but for those of you with low porosity hair, maybe not so good. You must decondition with heat after henna. Oh my gosh, all these things are going. What about demi-permanent color? I use henna regularly and I DC regularly too. Do you have low porosity hair? The one who says that they use... I'm sorry, there were so many comments that went up at the same time. Lord, no, people leave the protein packs alone. Aw, yeah, moisture is key. Moisture is key. Thanks, great advice about henna. Thank you. So someone had asked me about demi color. I still cannot figure out my porosity. Where are you, Double Heart? What state are you in? I have low porosity hair and I use henna every 3 months with no problems. Oh, cool. All right, so she's got it going on. And Double Heart is in Colorado. Yeah, I don't know anyone that I could recommend you to in Colorado. Yeah, I don't know. If I knew someone, Double Heart, I would totally, recommend that you go to someone who can help you diagnose your hair. And minimize your oils and butters. Try more water-based products in smidge oil to seal. You know someone? Okay, go ahead and share. And will this person be able to help her understand whether or not she's low porosity? Rita, I'm going to stop at 9 o'clock. I appreciate it. Thank you. Like I said, if I'm able to upload to YouTube, I will upload. Otherwise, if it saves, I'll do it. If it doesn't, let it be what it's going to be. But whenever I come off, there's always these technical difficulties. So I'd rather just have a chat with you guys until 9 o'clock. So she's Curly Hair Artistry member. Look up Lori Lambert. I have low porosity hair, and he has helped strengthen my hair, but Uh-oh. My hair has to be washed with warm water in order to stay. All right, so I guess you guys were talking to each other because I couldn't quite catch that whole thing. But it's dry hair. I use a humidifier in my room to help out my hair. Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. In Colorado, it's dry out there. Yeah, so you definitely want to make sure you're using some. If it's dry, then you don't want to use too much, you don't want to use with too many humectants, because what happens if it's dry, then it's going to suck the moisture out of your hair. So if you're using humectants, you want to definitely make sure that you're sealing your hair so you can lock that moisture in. Well, yeah, I used to do my wash and go with flaxseed gel, but it didn't hold enough for me. I like a lot more hold, and so my hair would get really fluffy really quickly. So then what I started doing was I would put the flaxseed gel underneath my other gel, so it kind of softened. I used to use Eco Styler, so it kind of softened it for me. What are other humectants other than glycerin? I would say definitely honey, and then there are a whole list of there are a whole list of humectants. Because glycerin is one, honey is another. Those are the two that I usually look for. But there's a whole list of humectants. You just Google and you just do a Google search and they'll come up. Especially if you're looking at specific products, and they'll show you which ones they have in it. Okay, goodness. I'm getting hearts. I'm looking at you guys and I'm getting hearts. You guys are the best. Would you use flaxseed gel instead of gel for your edges? Me personally, um, not really, because the flaxseed gel doesn't have a strong hold. I personally don't use gel for my edges, but if I were to use something for edges, I would use something with a little bit more hold. But it depends on the person, and I have clients who don't want to have any hold or any gel. What is it called? Any edge control. They just prefer, their natural, whatever it's doing. Because some people just prefer their hair just fall the way that it's gonna fall. Yes, I do. Yes, I do naturally curly hair. I do natural hair. You mentioned gel is bad for the scalp. Well, yeah, you don't want to put anything on your scalp. The only thing you want to put on your scalp is shampoo or your cleanser. Some people don't like shampoo. You don't want anything that's going to bind to your scalp and sit on it and clog your follicles and flake up on your scalp. You want your scalp to be clear and clean. So I don't put any product on it. After I shampoo, after I cleanse my hair, everything else needs to stay away from your scalp. So, ladies, what I'm going to do is I do have, no, I don't put any oil on my scalp. If I were to put oil on my scalp, what I would do is I would put the oil on prior to cleansing and then clean it off. So I wouldn't leave the oil on my scalp. What will I do with my hair tomorrow? Wash and go or twist out? Oh, honey, I'm most likely going to do a wash and go. I wasn't planning to do a twist out. The steam wouldn't penetrate through the plastic. The steam doesn't necessarily penetrate through the plastic, but when you put the plastic on, you're generating steam from the heat in your head. So how do you change low porosity patch to the top of the head? I couldn't see that. Share that again. Do you add water to gel during the week while wearing your wash and go to reset the definition? I personally do not. What I do on wash day is what I will wear the entire week. If necessary, it would be the low porosity section of my hair that would need it, but for the most part, no, I don't. I gotta go. Have a good night. Double Heart, thank you for checking in. I hope you got that information from the other lady about the person in Colorado. so you can check your porosity. So I am going to, good. So I am going to, because some people had asked me about ingredients. Listen, ladies, I do not have like a directory or anything like that in front of me. I usually like to reference information because there's just so much out there. So I'll be happy to, share in a video, like the list that I got from the document that I was looking at this week about, surface acting agents that you can consider that are mild. I'm going to be sharing that. I'm not going to try and pronounce the names of those ingredients because they're very scientific, but I will put them up on the video. If I don't put them in the video, I will put them in the information box. So I'll be putting that up hopefully sometime this week. I'll be sharing that with you because a lot of people had questions about that. And then I wanted to also share with you guys some deep conditioners that I like. And I hope you will share with me some of the deep conditioners that you like. And now my voice is getting dry and it's the end of the night. But I wanted to share that with you really quickly. So thank you, ladies. Did you miss your straight hair? Do you miss your straight hair? Oh, Rita, I'm so glad you asked me that. I was going to tell you guys. So I did my hair twice this year. I did the silk press twice this year. The first time I wore it for 9 days. The second time I wore it for 16 days. And after the second time, when I reverted back to my natural, my hair feels different. I have the elasticity. You see it's there, even though this is my wash and go. So my wash and go hair. So my elasticity is there, even though this is the end of the week. This is day 7 for the most part, my wash and go hair. And so my hair, has all the bounce, has all the elasticity, but it just feels lighter, and it doesn't feel as full as it used to. And so I don't know. I was thinking of straightening my hair again in November, but I may not do the silk press in November. I just don't like my hair feeling so different. That doesn't feel damaged, but it just feels different, and I just don't like that. So the app to check ingredients is Think Dirty for ingredient conscious folks. It's an app that I can download to my phone. Think Dirty. Cool. I will absolutely do that. Thank you, girl. So I look forward to your message, and I will chat with you. Thank you for joining the scope. No, honey, it's not damaged. It just feels different. Yes, mine feels different with all these silicones in my hair. Okay. And I noticed that too when I straightened my hair and it reverted. Yeah. Hi, it's Jamisha. I revert my hair. Hey, Jamisha, and girl, what did you do? You're very welcome, Jamisha. Jamisha kept her silk press for like 2 weeks. I did her hair, and she's letting me know that it reverted back nicely. You're very welcome. Thank you, Think Dirty. Yes, we're going to be downloading the app for Think Dirty. Jamisha, does your hair feel different too when it reverted back? My fluffy hair. Yeah, it feels different, right? So I don't know. I like silk press. I like the way it looks. I like the way it feels. But I like my full hair, so I think I'm gonna wait for a while. Oh, I love you too, Rita. Thank you so much. So thank you, everyone. It is 9 o'clock. It was nice scoping with you guys. We're here 2 weeks silk press. Yep. So I'll be here again next week Sunday, hopefully, if everything is okay. And I'm relaxed. Could not cope. Miss Little Curls through too much. What? Have a good night, Patricia. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hopefully I'll get a video out to you guys this week. Have a great night, everyone. Yes, have a great night. See you again next Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you. Thank you, lovely ladies. Have a great night. Have a great night. Good to see you all. Too much work? Yep. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Have a great week, everyone. Take care. You're very welcome. Thank you.